make sure we assemble everybody.
Here, sticks.
No. Don't toss them on the floor. Hold
Everyone
on to your
toss your sticks right now.
Why do I need...
don't be
What
toss
is
your
going
sticks.
on?
Keep your sticks in your hand.
I have no sticks.
As your boss, I demand you toss your sticks at Mr. Way immediately.
Why are we collecting sticks?
Yeah, that's what you would like.
Is no one going to give me an answer?
To build a fire.
Campfire.
Okay, we only need one, right?
Go ahead.
All right, come on, everybody.
Alright.
We're gonna be heading over. Sure, yeah, thank you.
To the sacrifice chamber.
To the sacrificial chamber.
Watch out,
This way.
Jin.
It's where the wolf people were residing.
It's where Ty breeds horses.
The
I'm-
wolf people. Where the hell's Khan?
He's probably fucking playing with his sticks.
There might be some
For the
treasure in
longest
this
part,
cave,
I found
actually.
Sheriff Rabbit. But why am I so obsessed with that fucking person?
What? Rabbit?
There's two people I talk about all the time. Charles fucking Divine and Sheriff Rabbit.
You know, Sheriff Rabbit doesn't go by Sheriff Rabbit anymore, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Tried to tell him nice.
I just don't care.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there he is.
Fuck the shepherd. It's always Sheriff Rabbit to me.
I mean, I met Rabbit before they were Rabbit.
He almost executed him.
What were they
What the
before
fuck?
Rabbit?
Did he fuck him up?
It's not a name. Did he actually kill Bai
I
Li?
just saw Khan
Oh.
assassinating by Lee.
What the fuck? Is he
Shot
dead?
him.
Ah, what the hell? Why
Yeah.
would you
Did
do
he
that?
actually-
Get off of me.
Are you okay?
You fucking assaulted me.
It looked like you got
He
shot,
slapped
but
me.
okay.
He slapped me to the ground, and while I was on the ground begging for mercy, he fucking grabbed me by the face and shook my head. No, we're not killing
I
anybody.
tolerate your company.
Actually, we are. You know what? Pick one. Who out of the group has to go?
That was not in the contract. Fucking.
This is
Get in the cave.
enforced fun.
Enforced fun. I don't have a contract.
Tie
anymore.
your pants are so tight.
Like it.
Can
Why
I
are you
also?
looking at my pants?
Can I
Why
point
would I
out-
not be looking at your pants? They're purple.
There might be
Stop
treasure
looking
in
at my
here.
pants.
Get new pants.
They are fashionable.
Have sticks. Can give me 4 sticks.
This is the new
Yeah.
fashion.
Mr.
There
Khan
might
has
be
mini
treasure
sticks.
in here.
Oh,
I see. Yes, he does.
Are you okay, Jin?
All right, everybody. Let's go ahead and let's take ourselves a nice findable seat. Make yourself comfortable. All right.
Make a circle. Oh, there's no
Hello?
ventilation in here. There's
What are you talking about? This
Smoke
ventilation.
everywhere.
Oh, look at this massive window we have.
Echo.
Chill, get over here.
Hello?
what the hell? He can't see. It's too dark. He has bad eyes.
I love that he said echo.
Follow the sound of my voice.
Okay, I'm here.
Don't walk into the fire.
don't fucking copy me.
What a fucking mouth breed I have to be.
Okay, all right.
I can't even.
The 4 of you better sit down.
No,
Sitting. Don't sit in the fire. Holy shit.
It's alright, it's alright. Warm your toes.
Khan is too close for comfort for me. Maybe it's, my history.
Not everybody catches himself on fire when I think.
No.
The stalactites look more like nipples than stalagmites.
Jesus Christ.
what the
What
hell?
kind of nipples have you been looking at?
I
Udders,
forgot to tell
cow
you something,
I was
nipples?
gonna
Mr.
say,
Way.
hopefully
Meditating
only
on the
Akiko's, but...
Others are
Just
not.
Why?
Nipples.
What the fuck, Isabella?
What? You're the one who brought it up.
Don't
I
talk
did,
to
I
my
did not
French
bring up
hinged
my
boy.
wife. What are you talking about?
I'm not your French hen. Shut up.
French.
French what?
French
I'm gonna-
don't even have nipples.
Do the French even have nipples?
Yeah, they're mammals.
Oh my
Every mammal
god.
has a
Oh,
nipple.
you know they have a lot of nipple.
What? An abundance of areolas.
Frapjacks.
Is this why you
Abundance
brought
of
me here?
areolas.
Oh, shut the hell.
Yeah, like plates for teacups.
Saucers.
Jesus Christ. Gentlemen, my lady,
Yes.
Listen. This is long overdue. Okay? There has been so much that has happened since meeting one another, getting to know one another. Much of how we have all met has been to the essence of opportunity, to business, and a desire to grow ourselves, but as well as to grow as a company. But the one thing that I want us all to be dutifully reminded of is that all of you are more than just Taipan. You all individually have put yourselves into what me and Bailey have built. In blood, in sweat, and in tears. We have gained much. We have lost much. There are those who should be sitting around this fire on this very day. From Anai to Foley to Cecil to Bing. Especially Ming. And I think we all needed to be able to have some time just to be us. The war, the business, I think, has gotten in the way of a lot. Of getting to know who we are at our cores. Because of the distractions that we've had to deal with. And I am more curious to get to know the people just beyond their counter. And what they bring to the table. There's a lot that you might not know. Or reasons overall that why we do what we do. I'm hoping that being able to sit down with one another, that we are able to learn. And to move forward with each other in new ways. I would like to open up this conversation with the ask of, who are you? And I will pass that baton to my left. Minato. Can you tell us a bit about yourself? Where you come from, where you hail from? Your life, your experiences. How might we be able to get to know you better?
My past. Haven't spoken about it to anyone, really, in a long time. Except for one person recently. I used to be, in my youth, a lawman and a bounty hunter for many years. And my objective was to serve justice to those who needed it, and to help those who cannot be helped. That was my life's goal for a while. And then one day, obviously, I couldn't help my loved ones, my child, my wife, passed away, or should I say, was murdered in front of me. by the people I thought I trusted. And for a very long time, I sought out justice. I sought out revenge by any means necessary to find these people who thought they had the world around in their grasp. And for a very long time, I hunted them one by one. And there's still some of them out there. And I walked for many years around this country trying to search for these remaining men. I still see their faces every day in my mind when I sleep. And I've gone to any place you can think of. And the last place has led me here, to the crossing. Very last place I have not looked. And that is when I met Kilroy many, many months ago. And he introduced me to all of you. If it wasn't for him, I would not be sitting here with you. And ever since being with you guys, I've felt a sense of peace. And I've almost forgotten about these men until recently. I almost found one of them, but lost them. But I want to spend most of my time here with my new family that I've grown attached to. I might not talk a lot when I'm around, but I do have great feelings for most of you. You've showed me something that I would have never found in a lifetime again.
好，是的好。The weight of that story is one to be filled. We are glad to be able to have you as a part of our family. You bless us every day with your presence, Eminato. And if it ever comes to the fact of finding those goddamn bastards that did what they did, I can only hope that they have more than just one gun pointed down their fucking throat.
I will also let you know of the main person I'm trying to find. If you ever run into him, his name's always carved into my mind, and it's carved into a bullet that I have just for him. This man is named Roland Lannister. If you ever come across that name or person, don't hesitate to do anything to him.
Hi. Thank you for sharing that, brother. Jin, would you care to tell us about yourself? Who are you?
Well, I grew up in a gang. We never really stayed in one place in the country for very long. From a very young age, I learned the hard truths of what it takes to survive in this world. I've done a lot of bad things and I've hurt a lot of people who probably didn't deserve it, just so my gang could stay one step ahead. I had a brother who raised me, basically. He took me and him across the boat of Japan to America when I was just a little baby. And 2 years ago, I watched him die in front of me. It's one of our own. He was jealous about some bullshit with the boss's wife or something, I don't know. Slit my brother's throat. Ended up on the run with nobody I could count on other than another boy who grew up in the gang with me. His name was Mason. And we made our way to the crossing. There was a member of our gang. His name was Jack. He was kind of like an uncle to me. And he ended up leaving before all the shit went down, years before. No one else to call on. Me and Mason thought we'd come here and find him. And instead what we were met with was his grave. But surprisingly, we were also met with his daughter, Magpie Dollars. I'm sure most of you know already, but we sort of became a family. The Blackbirds. For a few short months, it was really good. It was really good. Then a man named George Dune decided to terrorize all of us. He kidnapped, tortured, nearly killed Magpie's lover at the time. He gave the person I was romantically involved with permanent brain damage. And he nearly killed Mason. I was so angry. So ready to kill that man. But the needs of the gang came first, and I had to let him go. I could tell it was a heavy toll, especially on Magpie. He started getting close with the DiCenzos, with Santino. We all did, actually. Santino started giving her cocaine. he just kept giving it to her. Even when we begged him to stop. One day, Magpie and I, we were, arguing. I don't even remember what it was about. Probably something stupid, but he'd taken another snort of that shit. In the middle of our argument, before I even realized it, she pulled a gun on me and then she pistol whipped me in the side of my head. The doctors say it is a miracle that I am alive. The fact that this is the only damage that I had. Well, yeah. Tried to move on from it. And I thought we were making really good progress. Seemed like things were picking up. Then they left. Her and Mason. They just left. Without a word. And I've been on my own up until I met all of you. I've already lost my family twice over. I'll be damned if I'm gonna lose this one too.
Halt. Shit, halt. We get stuck with us now, though, Gene. But we're sure as hell not going anywhere. You honor Mason, you honor Magpie. By continuing to live on and to persevere, even against all your ailments. That's something no one can take away from you. It's an honor to have that strength. And to see it blossom. Isabella, would you care to share a little bit about yourself? Who are you?
Who am I? I feel like I've had this, I wouldn't say discussion earlier today, but I made a new friend and I described myself, told him that I was a curious person, nosy in some cases, impatient, stubborn. So I would say that is the best way to describe me, at least. But I've been in the crossing for many, many years at this point, and that's even before I came to the cross back in France. I feel like me as a person has changed. I first came to the crossing as a favor. My adopted father. He wanted to have a bridge between the gang back home and a gang here on the crossing. And I was going to be like the go-to. They needed anything from us. That chance happened. That group here on the crossing ended up disappearing myself in Van Horn. Fell in love, got my heart broken. Road of Summers, Julius. War with Jack Kettleman, set on fire. So much has happened.
He loves to do that. I said he loves to do that to people.
But as I said, I feel like I have changed life game. There are people I care about. There are been through so much, not just with Taipan, but with Jack Cudderman, Julius, Summers. I have my own nightmares about everything. Much as I joke about things. It's hard to always hide the things that always hurt you. But me as a person, I am stubborn, I'm impatient, nosy, but I say curious. I don't understand why I'm here, because right now I feel like I'm being nosy, being here. I'm the type of person who is sometimes not fully in. I think that frustrates people. I feel like that's Julius has had to deal with my bullshit for many years, being in and out of his group. Like right now, I feel like I'm in the middle between Taipan and Julius, and I'm just tired. Honestly, I'm not sure why I'm here. While I appreciate it, I am here. Not properly a part. Even though I was in the past. But I also find it difficult, as I've mentioned before, that I have a habit of running back to Julius, but I'm also discovering I wouldn't say... The best way I would have described it was an addiction to Julius and his group. But I'm also starting to find that I have a similar addiction to Taipan. And I blame you all for it.
Good for us.
I keep coming back. Oh, you're stuck with me until you decide you don't want me here. Or I finally get over it. It's all choices in the end.
That it is. Choices and decisions is what makes us. It allows us to gain experience. And to be honest with you, Isabella, you've lived a incredible life. Life of trial and tribulation, success and happiness. And I think that that is the one thing that you always strive for. It's the reason why you keep coming back. See, we all here, we enjoy your company. We enjoy each other's. I think the one thing that you've always been attracted to is that of genuine accords, or genuine interactions. You find that here. You find that comfortability. Your company will always be wanted. You'll never be pushed away. It is strictly upon thee, and only upon thee. But just know, we wouldn't tolerate you as much as we have tolerated you. We did not want you around. Thank you so much for sharing something about yourself. It's appreciated.
What I'm hearing is I need to try harder. I'm hearing.
No, I just think that overall that there is decisions that need to be made. And that is going to be 100% on you. But in time.
Time.
Oh. Cheryl,
Yeah.
would you like to share a little bit about yourself? Who are you?
a little bit. You decide how much.
Okay.
I think in this case you decide, Shiro.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm Shiro Yoshida. I don't know my actual name. It was something something, and then I was made into Shiro because I was the fourth adopted. Yeah, much sad. Actually, it's not. It was a blast. I came to America, where I had to work for Taipan for 7 days because I got in debt because Bailey was too cheap to give me an actual kettleman, a fresh one. He gave me a loaded one from upstairs.
You work for it. You work for what you get, motherfucker.
So
Yeah.
I shut the counter. It was some mahogany shit shed, and I had to work it off because he gave me a loaded weapon. Yeah. Well, after that, I witnessed Mr. Cole frog punch, whatever the fuck that means, Mama Christine. It was my first impression of other people here in the crossing. And then he dragged her upstairs by the ankle, and a detective saw it and wanted to enter. But then Mr. Cole said he cannot enter because Mr. Zhang Wei was questioning Mama Christine, and Mr. Cole said, "No, you cannot go inside." But why? Because Mr. Wei has sexy time. I will never forget this. So I joined the newspaper because, I don't know, on a whim. Because I got kicked out of medical because I wanted to kill Charles Devine. Fuck that guy. Yeah. After learning some of the medical, I did treat people a little bit. It was nice. The newspaper, I got hurt a lot. I was not very subtle about it. I used to dress up as Zhang Wei and go to business meetings with Amadeo Moretti.
Oh my god.
I mean, a newspaper person has to do what a newspaper person has to do, I suppose. Then I took over Annisburg gun shop. That was nice. I did that a little bit whilst working for the newspaper. Then Sheriff Malone killed Patty Doyle, our newspaper delivery boy, who was in love with Maeve. Maeve said she was a big angry lesbian and now she's no more because she found true love. The fire is burning in my eyes. And yeah. Who am I? That's a good question. I don't know how to answer this. I'm Shiro, and I how would I describe myself? The crossing has no happy endings. And I think my curse it is to be the chronist who just writes down everything that happens and is not able to die, not allowed to go. Just has to survive beyond what he should. So many times when I think back, I live in the past. Everything I talk about and I think about is long gone. And the nostalgia is a sickness that eats my brain. I wish back for the days where there was like, I don't know, some romantic, made up past that I have in my memory. And I want it back, but it's not coming back because everybody's so fucking dead. All the time. And when they die, and sometimes I die, but I cannot. They won't let me. And then I survive. And then I walk around and I see all the grave markers of all the people that I used to talk to. And every few months after I lay low, I come back. I figure it out, and there is more grave markers. Every time more grave markers. Just me and Jack Kettleman won't go.
The immortal Shiro.
I wish it wasn't like that.
I don't know, it's got a nice ring to it. For somebody that is a storyteller, scribe. I think it fits well.
There is a ship of Theseus. The ship of Theseus is an old Greek mythological tale about a legendary ship, but it gets worn down. It is in service. You replace the planks.
Fuck does this have to do with you?
I'm telling you right now what this had to do with me, Trip.
But are you in the
You're
fire?
not a ship, though. You're a person.
No, but the ship of Theseus is a. You know what? It's pearls before swine. Don't worry about it.
I know what the ship is.
That's all right. I just wanted to conclude what I was about to say, but that's all right.
Sorry, we should not have interrupted. Please finish what you're saying.
No,
it was
fuck
good.
you. It's your turn.
Okay. It's not. Well, it's not.
Actually, it is.
Well, it is. Thank you, Shiro, for sharing this.
Yeah. Oh, I need to go take a shit.
Oh,
That's too much information.
That's Shiro for you.
shit, bro.
Well, go ahead and Ty. Who are you?
Who am I? I suppose I have asked myself this more often than I would like to admit lately. Oh my god.
Wow, my eyes.
Who am I? I am
Khan,
someone.
man of many sticks, thank you.
Wow.
I told you
Khan
we would
really
need two
is the
fires,
bringer
Riley.
of fire. I'll start with the basics. I grew up in a place called Tianjin. I think some people here may have the wrong impression that because of who my father is, that I grew up in wealth and had lots of opportunities granted that other people would not. That is not true. I grew up very poor to a family that were formerly rich but had grown on to difficult times. With a mother who relied on me very deeply. I fought, I scrapped, and I bled for everything that I needed and everything that my family needed. I knew who my father was and I resented him, actually. Hated is probably a close word at the time. Because I was struggling, my family were struggling, and I knew who he was and what he represented and what he was capable of. And then in time, the decision was made that I would spend some time with him. At first, it came through some contributions that he made towards my family for my education. Sent to some private schools much later on, which I did not fit in very well with at the time. I was very rebellious. And because I did not earn it myself, I didn't want it. Then, finally, he, Bailey, and some others came to China. I was brought back here. And I formed relationships. This was before a lot of you were around. This was a time before, and times were hard. A man named Schofield, Copperhead, sorry, my apologies,
Close enough.
had caused great disruption. Basically lost the entire funding that people like Bailey, people like my father, and others had built up, even Trip. A good man called Android too. He had lost it all in his gambling habits, and those times were tough. There was a lot to rebuild. People were spread thin, and we did not have as many boots on the ground as we could have had. And it was hard. Relationships were up and down with my father. But there was a breakthrough point at some points, many months after, when we finally found common ground. And again, there was arguments and there was ups and downs. We did not trust each other entirely at that point. And truth be told, I did not fully trust the environment of what I was coming into. America, the crossing, very different, even to England. I did not feel wholly comfortable. In time, I did become more comfortable. I learned who I could trust. I learned to be less rebellious, although I'm sure Bailey would probably tell you that is not so correct. And I learned to be more trusting of people. A lot of you don't know a lot about me because although I give my opinion very forthright, I tend to keep my personal life and my personal feelings very buttoned up on purpose. I don't get too close to people. And that's something that I think actually is more of a flaw than I thought was a strength. So over these coming weeks and months, I will aim to do better at getting to know you all a bit better. And not being as closed off, standoffish, a bit of an asshole at times. As for who I am, I know what I want to be, more than I knew before. I want to be someone that you people can trust, rely on, talk to, on any level, personal or business. And I want to selfishly take the name that I have inherited and build upon it so that the people who follow after me will also have something to build on. And to have that name live on for 1,000 years. Much like some of the stories I like to talk about.
好，学得好。Your story is already long and arduous one day, Tai. But here I see it as just beginning. We should
A
be
lot
proud of
left
where
to
you are.
tell. A lot left to tell, Ty.
好。Shit, if I had some sake right now or some soju or minjo that I have here. Where is a glass? Sorry, excuse me. Oh, Bailey, you're right there. All right there, Trip. Who are you?
I am Trip. One thing you know about me is my allegiance to Taipan is unbreakable. And in time, perhaps you'll find out why. How?
Oh,
That's it. The Hong One Sway.
the Hong One Sway.
The whole one's way.
Khan.
Yeah, I am Khan Chao. I worked as, I grew up very wealthy, never went without. In my teenage years, I started working for a freight company in Hong Kong. I worked there for close to 20 years. Very boring stuff, accounting and paperwork and so on. I last dock was in San Francisco. The boat was seized and I ran into a Kiko there. She told me I would find a place here, so here I am. But that is all in the past. You ask me who I am now? I am Taipan. I live, fight, and die for Taipan. That is all.
Oh,
Paul,
Sure, Paul.
your commitment is forever unwavering, there, Khan. And I'm glad that you and the Kiko were able to meet when you did.
I
To
owe,
Hong Bao.
no, I owe it to her. I owe my place here to Akiko in a way, yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Bailey, who are you?
I was hatched out of an egg from a dodo bird.
that makes a lot of sense, actually.
And
now.
I am a dying breed. No, in time I have come to realize that perhaps my childhood was more interesting than I thought it to be at the time. When you're young, you don't know what the world is. You have no point of reference. Things just happen around you and you know not what to think about them. That's just life. My father and my mother, they grew up with meager means. My mother is a member of the people. It's a minority group in China. They're very old people, older than the Han Chinese, but very poor as well. My mother's father managed to come into a decent point of trade, started to make enough money to be seen as respectable. My father comes from the Junkar Mongols, the people who ruled China before the current rulers. The people who had great wealth and great culture and great many things, everything burned to the ground. So both my mother and my father come from prestige in a way. Something ancient, something powerful, something lost. And they fought a great deal to accumulate enough money, enough status to approach what my father's family had 200 years ago. My father began working for one of the many privatized armies in Zhongguo in China. For those of you who do not know, there is no meaningful imperial army in China. There is one, but it doesn't do much. Everything is governed by private armies, paid for and raised by the regions. My father fought in one of these for a number of years. He did well enough to be noticed, and he was approached by someone rather influential. Someone a part of the organization which we hail from. They saw in my father a puppet. They say, we will push you to the top of this. We'll make you leader of this army. We will give you land. And we expect you to do with this army what we want you to do. So I grew up in tumultuous territory, outlaws and bandits and criminals being dragged behind horses to our home. My father was very charismatic. Every penalty that should be carried out, he wanted to be there to see it, and he wanted everybody in the community to see him seeing it. There was a man who worked for him. Some of you may have known him, Koshinga Jong. He was much younger than his hair was still black. He was charged with looking after me from the age of 12 and onward. He would take me to a battlefield just a little ways off on it to watch the movement, to see people being routed and scared, to see them running, to see battle on a larger scale, and to think about it in other ways. Sun Tzu, in The Art of War. This book, some people believe it to be a book simply about warfare, but it is not. War is an allegory for business, for comportment in your life, how you solve problems. This is what Koshinga and my father sought to teach me. Whilst watching this battle, things moved so swiftly, which in itself was a lesson, that we wound up in the middle of it. Koshinga saved my life. Two years later, I would be sworn in something much larger than myself. At the age of 14, I was given a mandate. My father demanded that I go abroad to America so that I may shepherd information, technology, and money back home. He was afraid I would grow soft with the newfound fortune, afraid of what China was becoming, and that perhaps we needed to expand. So by the age of 16, I was in New York, being taught how to be American, cutting my hair, learning to speak English, wearing American clothes. Then I received word from Koshinga Zong that Saints Crossing was a suitable candidate for what we had planned. I got here and I realized that it was ripe for opportunity, but it was missing something. We were missing something. I was young, smart, handsome, but young. Koshinga was old, but he did not speak the language so well. We needed somebody eloquent, somebody who understood America's ins and outs, business and political practices, somebody with wealth, sizable wealth. We needed to find somebody we truly admired, somebody greater than us, somebody we could bow to. We found Jang Wei. We propositioned him. He agreed. He agreed to lead us, to lead Taipan. We displayed him with a rather sizable dowry. And we performed something very grand, something very rare and special, something very few have ever seen. rest is history, and there's too much of it. And as vain as you people may believe me to be, I am not so vain as to make you suffer through my story. I think rather we should speak about your stories and the paths you may be taking in your imminent future.
I would agree wholeheartedly, Brother Huang. It is of no secret to any of you here on who I am, and what I do, and what I have done, what I am willing to do, and how I have done it. My name is Zheng Wei, and I am the owner and proprietor of Taipan Industries, but before that, I was a man who came to this country with only the legacy of my father and the father before him on my back. I consider myself lucky to find those who were familiar with the homeland in such a foreign place. And I find myself lucky to find those beyond the scope of what I am familiar to, who are able to adhere to what we were trying to build. I am Zheng Wei to you all. That is one alias. I am father to you, Tian Wei. But there's another title that I was able to gain through trial, tribulation, to test, to blood. And that is the title of Daga, the oldest brother, the leader, Yuling Rou, a jade dragon. We wanted to all bring you here because we wanted to get to know you at your core. You have shown us what you are willing to do to make sure that the people you consider to be family, friends, compatriots, fellow employees, and what you are willing to do to protect them. We have all gotten the chance to get to know each other. But today, I would like to be educated on if you are willing to become something bigger than yourselves, bigger than what you once were. Arise, all of you. I have heard the testimony of your experiences and who you are, your comforts and discomforts. I knew and know who you are now, and I know what you were prior. There are many reasons and many experiences that have got us to where we are now. I hail from China, Bailey the same. Triple hails from here, but the one thing that binds us all is our commitment to what lies in the shadows beyond Taipan. A branch of a society in China that is thousands of years old, that has toppled governments, influenced politicians, and has created much of the sway of the decision and change within inside the homeland. This is known as the White Lotus Society. This is no cult. This is influence in its most pristine form. For years we have been governing underneath the watchful eye of the White Lotus Society. For Bai Li and Kochinga Zhong, the two pillars were tasked to come to the crossing to find me, to ask me a very important question, so that I might be able to ascend and be what I was meant to be. We call ourselves the Hong, a great family, a great organization. This is the name we've been going by, and have been. We say our mantra, Da Hong Wan Sui. May the Hong live for 10,000 years, because that is what we believe. And with that, the businesses, us, the memories of all those who have fallen before you, live on. Today, I come with a question. Some of you are here because of duty to Taipan, others here for commitment to certain people with inside of the business, others to familiarity and comfortability, and others because of the fact that you seek a sense of belonging. So before I continue, and before I give my ask, before these doors are open for you, I leave you with one option now. Stay where you are in your association with Taipan, and know nothing of what could be. The exit is that way. If you are resolute in your stance, and you care to live and to grow as something beyond just the means of yourself, then get your grounding, plant your feet, and prepare your mind. I see that we have chosen then. Good. Minato Ukashi. You have lost, you have gained. From family to foe alike. You've inherited the love and the desire of what me and mine can be able to give to you. What you leave behind is what you know and what you once were. For the commitment now moving forward is for that of the home moving forward. I ask you, are you ready to die?
Yes, I am.
How?
I'm ready for a long time. Oh,
The Hong One's way.
Hong one's way.
The Hong One's
the
way.
Homeland's way.
Kneel before your dagger. The Hong gates are open for you, brother, and ceremony awaits. Bear witness from that of Brother Bailey, gold pole of the Hong, and red pole, Brother Trip. The next step of your journey awaits. The Hong One's way. Brother Jin. I've gotten the pleasure of watching you grow as a man. You have lived with much pain, much loss, that has shaped you to being who you are now. The love that you have gained has not only been a part of myself, but what you care to cultivate is something that is going to be bigger than what anyone is able to provide. But all of those things are behind you now. They have shaped you, but they are not you. Are you ready to become what you need to be? Are you ready to die?
Always.
Oh. Bow before your dagger. The Hong gates are open for you, and ceremony awaits. For on that day, you will be reborn to something new. The Hongward Sway.
The Homeland's way.
Isabella. You know, there has been many of those that I have got to meet inside of the crossing who have hailed from lands unfamiliar to me. Who've journeyed far to be here. and have lived such very interesting lives, where we have met the same people but not have shared the same experiences. Those experiences have shaped you to be a strong, stout woman, a healer, a taker of lives, a decider. You have seeked the desire of company that values you to your core. No matter who you have ever had house and home with, I do not believe that there's anybody else who was able to provide that to you other than us. It is why you come back. It is why you are here. But that, Isabella, is what shaped you before. But are you ready for the future? So I ask you, are you ready to die?
I am ready to die.
Ho!
Oh.
Bow before your dagger. The Hong gates open for you, and ceremony awaits. For on that day, you will start life anew. Da Hong one sway. Kan Shao. There's much that I owe of credit to you. The defense of not only Taipan but the growth of it. You have done much in such a short time. You should be impressed. But if it was not for the man that you were prior to, you would not be able to get to where you are now. Your time inside of Hong Kong, your time in San Francisco, put you exactly where you needed to be in front of a Keiko, and now you stand here before me on the precipice of what could be. So I ask you, Kan Shao, are you ready to die?
Yes, without question, Mr. Wei.
Ho! Bow before your dagger. The Hong gates open for you, and ceremony awaits. Soon you will leave behind Khan and become what you are meant to be. Da Hong one sway.
Da Hong one sway.
Tian Wei. You have journeyed far and have suffered much. In the absence of what should have been, always wondering if it could. You have grown, you have strived, you have suffered. All of this has shaped you to be the man that you are. Your work, your effort for Taipan and commitment has got us to where we are in that year's stint that I was inside of China. But the person that you were, the gripe to which you feel and have felt, All must be willing to be left behind to be what you were meant to be, so I ask you, Tian Wei. Are you ready to die?
I'm ready to die.
How? Bow before your dagger. The home gates open for you, my son. Ceremony awaits, and we shall see what you are meant to be. Da Hong Wan Sui.
The Hong Wan Sui.
Shiro. You have always been somebody who has been a consistent inside of our time here. For years, I've had the pleasure of watching you grow, watching you struggle, persevere through the madness of those that would ensue upon you, but beyond that, how you grew to be above it. With failure comes success, with success comes failure. The balance of yin and yang. But I wonder, do you have what it takes to be able to break that immortality that you dare suffer? Are you ready to die?
Yes, I'm already dead.
Then bow before your dagger.
Is it a common trip?
What do you turn to me for?
Your answer is an interesting one. You are not already dead. No. You may be dead inside of this concept of your mind. But when you die, after crossing these gates, you will be reborn into something else. I'll ask you one more time, are you ready to die? Then the Hong gates open for you, and ceremony awaits. It is time to see what you become. With witness to that of Brother Bai Li, Golden Pole of the Hong, inside of the crossing, bear witness to the Red Pole, tenured brother of the Hong, inside of the crossing. I welcome you all to the next step and journey in your life. May we walk it side by side. May we live for 10,000 years. Da Hong Wan Sui.
Da
Hong Wan Sui.
Sway.
Da Hong Wan Sui.
Da
Hong Wan Sui.
Da Hong Wan Sui.
The Hong
Da
Hong Wan Sui.
Arise, my brothers and sisters. From here on out, you will call me Daga. In the presence of that of only brothers and sisters who are initiated. You will refer to each other as brothers and sisters. The day of ceremony is going to be soon, pending next week. We will be assembling at the place of ceremony to which I was bled in, Bai Li and Trip was bled in. A place called Hong Rock, over in the west. Once it is done, the work that will be done The future is ahead of us. There's one thing that I want everyone to know now. Maybe even possibly even a curiosity of sorts you may have had in your head. The opium inside of Saint Denis is something of a concentration for us. Why? Because it was a pillar of one of the mighty brothers, the first brothers of Taipan, of the Hong, Kochinga Zhong. Kochinga had many contracts that he was fulfilling, not only out in China, but as well as also in the States. We have oaths that we take. If those oaths are to be broken, it could merit death, expellment from the very organization, or worse. Kochinga did not adhere to his oaths. He became an oath breaker. But those contracts never ended. When I returned from China a year ago, I was to be met with a grouping of individuals. The other head dragons of the Hong branches all around the world. It was brought to my attention that I had failed these folk. They see me as lesser. They see me as someone who was not able to get the job done. And they gave me a mandate. And when one or more head dragon tells you there's something to be done, you must abide. That mandate is as such. You are bound forever to the crossing. It is now your prison. Until you find a solution to get the opium moving back to China, to be able to support not only what is going on in the homeland, but as well as what is happening in the Tong Wars over in San Francisco, then you will obtain your freedom. Everything has moved with the guns, everything has moved with the gems. But Kochinga's demise with the White Rabbit movement, it made things difficult upon my return. It is why we find ourselves where we are now. Yes, I am your Daga, but even I report to somebody else. The goal is to break it. What we have in the crossing is an absolute bastion. Impenetrable. That we know at best. It is not something that will be easy. There are quotas to be filled, and we need to make sure that the product moves. So that way they don't have the Hong breathing down our neck. The society will not be forgiving if we fail. That is why this entire pending possibility of peace with the Jichenzos is important. Because they offered to help with breaking the chains with that of what is above us. Is that possible? Maybe. Can it happen? Of course. But the pros and cons need to be weighed out. But all of this will be decided after we have a meeting with the Jichenzos coming this week. But I wanted to make sure that you will be privy to the context to why we are in this war, why it is so important that we are fighting the way that we are. It is not just for free commerce within inside of Saint Denis to do this. It is to make sure that we can live for 10,000 years, because god damn it, we've worked hard for it. And I need your help. So let's all find a way for us to live for 10,000 years. The Hong One's way.
The Hong
The
one's
The
Hong
Hong
one's
one's
way.
way.
Hong one's way.
The Hong one's way.
In the meantime, all of you will be required to buy white suits.
All white. Everything from the shoes to the head, all of it.
Whatever you deem to be yours, your culture, if you want to wear a hanfu, that is permitted. If you want to wear a western suit, if Isabella wants to wear a French ball gown, it's fine, so long as it's white.
You will need this by the latest Wednesday. So I suggested you go to the tailor and get situated. Whatever concessions you need to make with yourself or whatever gods you need to make peace with, I suggest you do it. Because after those oaths are taken, and after those gates close, there's no going back. We will live and abide by that code. Is that understood?
How? Yes.
You think you understand what it means when we ask you if you are willing to die, but you do not know yet. Soon you will.
Paul. 是的好. Will. Thank you for your time. On this day. It was good to get to know who you were. I look forward to getting to know what you're going to be. We all do. You all need to be made privy that the three in front of you are not the only Hong brothers and sisters inside of the organization. Your two pillars that you can report to is Pai Li, the Golden Pole, and myself, the Head Dragon. Senior Red Pole, that of Mr. Tripp. But there are others that would come into the gun store that you should know that have that same position. All of you have been seen as blue lanterns. It's a symbol that you have been watched, that you have been recognized, that you have been wanted. You will find out your position more once you're also taken. But with that, we can go home. Any questions before we leave?
I do.
Shoot.
The private one.
Okay. Anybody with any more general questions?
Mm-mm.
All right. Isabella, yes, that means you're high at the back of Taipan.
I figured that was the case. Otherwise, I would have said no and walked out.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
First things first, shine all of my shoes in my wardrobe.
Yeah.
I take it back.
Who?
Mop the floors and do all of my accounting work before I wake up tomorrow.
You're fucking ridiculous. Isabella, overall, what that also means is that, your talents will be utilized. But from here on out, that gun on your back, no one gets to tell you no anymore. You understand?
I understand.
Good. Alright. Everyone clear out of this cave. Leave me and Jin.
Please watch out for the cougar. There's a cougar väldigt runt, ja.